Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll talk about romance in animes, TV shows, movies, and so on. Today we're going to talk about an anime romance, right? I haven't first one of these, right? I'm gonna start off with my favorite romance anime, Sword Art Online, right? And then the anime community is gonna, be up in arms because they don't really like Sword Art Online. I've seen many like Instagram, YouTube people like bashing it. I feel like it's amazing. It's great. It's fantastic. It's one of my first romance animes, right? I love anime. I love romance anime, especially I've watched isekais, I've watched shonen, I've watched most of them, right? So, but today we'll talk about the Sword Art Online. So basically, this story is about Kirito, right? So basically, he was playing a game, right? I guess it's an isekai. I guess okay. Another thing about it's an isekai in a romance. Oh, there you go. So he's in a game. He's playing a game, having fun with his friends. Then the game master comes and says, "Yeah, no one's leaving. No one's leaving until you clear the game, which is like a level 100, right? So that's how you win the game." And then so he gets trapped and he's trying to progress through the game to win, right? And then he meets Asuna while trying to clear dungeon and stuff. And then they work together, and then at that point they become like they work together the first time, and they split. Then they get back together in terms of like they find each other, and then they work together again. So I really like Sword Art Online, right? I feel like the aesthetics, the animation is pretty smooth, pretty clean. I wish we had more episodes. I mean, they made more seasons, but I wish like the first season they made more episodes of the first season. But it's like 5 seasons, and then it changes in terms of different games. The story like they keep them they 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 get trapped in different games, right? So they do different things with different allies and stuff. But I wish the first game was the one that we spend more time on. But anyway, so they're trapped in the same game. The visuals are amazing. The script writing is cool. I like the character is like a little wimp, right? He's a wimp. He's scared, like, as you would be, right? Like you're trapped like a mice in a cage, and you're like, what do I do here? We're all screwed. It's cooked. It's absolutely cooked. But yeah. So he, later on, like say episode 6, 7, he becomes confident. He gets used to the being in the game, and also like the dual sword. So on his back is like two swords. Super cool. I have that as a profile picture. I like that. I mean, on anything that I use for work or anything, just for uh, like Discord and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. But so yeah, so he has those two dual swords. But I like that they're meant for attacking. There's no defense. He doesn't have a shield like the Shield Hero. I watched that as well. So he just mostly for attack. Then Asuna is she has like a big sword, I guess. Not like a massive sword, but she has like a sword for fighting and stuff. But anyway, so I like that part. And then they decide like, you know what, let's get married in game. I was like, okay, I guess. So they get married in game. They have a cottage, right? And then there's a side story where they meet a child, right, who's in the next season of Sword Art Online as a fairy. But the more seasons go, the crazy things become. So they meet this girl who's lost and stuff, but they don't know it's an NPC, which is like it's an in-game thing. So it's not a character of the it's not someone who got trapped in the game. It's someone who's an NPC. So they take care of it as like a child and stuff and everything. But at the end of the episode, she disappears. So they don't end up together like married and stuff. But they want to stay together, married in the game forever. And you take a bad situation, you make it good, and you say, you know what, let's just stay in this game forever. Is it defeatists? Is it giving up? Maybe. Is it trying to find positives in a negative? Could be. It's all about perspective, isn't it? It's all about perspective. But so that happens. But then they're recruited to the military to try to do a dungeon and stuff like that. And then Kirito finds out that so he battles the lead of the guild, right? And then they're fighting and stuff. So I'm like, Kirito, come on, you can do it. Shempapo, you can do it. Davai, right? Komianu. So they're fighting and stuff like that, and then the guy wins, but he uses like, I don't know, he gets like a speed boost or something that he shouldn't have. Kid was like, that's interesting, right? So then the deal was, if if he lost, you'd have to join the guild. So basically he lost, so now he's part of the guild. So they go to this dungeon and stuff. Then Kid was like, wait, after the dungeon is complete, it's like, wait a minute, I think you're the game master. And he was right. So he ends up fighting the game master, and he wins, right? He wins, so the game ends. And then that is to season 2 and other stuff, right? But when he comes back to into the real world, Austin is too hooked up to the machines and stuff, which leads into the second season. So that's a whole other thing. Maybe I'll review that, or I'd have to rewatch it again. But in terms of the first 12 episodes, I think it was pretty good. So you have Kirito like being terrified, right? It shows character growth. He goes from being terrified to being, confident, brave, and trying to figure out how to best do this. Figure out the situation, go on side quests, meet different people, talk to different people. And I think that's pretty cool. Then you have Asuna, who joins later on. Episode 6, I think. She was the episode 3. But we're doing a mission, and they go to episode 6 and meet again. I think, I'm not really sure. But after that, I think it's all good. It's like, Bonnie and Clyde, ride till I die. So it's fantastic. As a kid, I think when you watch things as a kid, which is a grown up, it's different things. So as a kid, I'm like, super enthusiastic about it. Very, very happy to see different characters, different dynamics that happen. So I was happy to see it now. But see then. But now it's different. I'm a bit older, so I see it more of a analytical type of way. Like, why did they do this? Why did they do that? Why was it shot like this and stuff like that? And then the directors, he shows you what he wants you to see for a reason. So I'm like, why did you show us this? What's the reason for that? You become more judgmental and stuff. But I think this series is still good. So 9 out of 10. Okay. It's a bit high. I think 8.5. But 8.5 is pretty good. So if you want to get into romance anime, I think you gotta start off with Sword Art Online, and then you go forward. Right? I think the first one you start with is sets up your path to what you watch next and what you like. So you should choose wisely. But you can always Google it now. Back in the day, I just word of mouth. Like, oh, watch this. I'm like, cool. I'll watch that. Watch a lot of anime. Both of my friends told me to watch. So my first anime ever was Naruto. I watched Naruto first, and it was pretty good. I was a Naruto fanboy, but then you rewatch it and stuff, and then my favorite characters like Kisame. I love Kisame. It's underrated, right? You'd rather not be on this earth than give up secrets to the mission, and that's admirable, really. But we should watch Naruto. That's good as well. Watch that. But so that's my thoughts on Sword Art Online. So you guys should watch it. I highly recommend it. Thank you.